Lesson 48, page 118, 119, a new scale. We know C major. We know G major. Now we're going to learn F major, starting on F. So if we remember, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. That's our major scale pattern every single time. So from F, we go up a whole step to G, up a whole step to A, up a half step to B flat, up a whole step to C, a whole step to D, a whole step to E, and a half step to F. So that is it. It has one flat, B flat. The rest are white notes, right? If you want to think of this as the tetrachord, whole step tetrachord, remember tetrachords are whole, whole, half. So from F, you go whole step, half step. Now you go up a whole step to C, and you go whole step, half step. Same notes, same process, different way of thinking about it. So, this one is tricky because for C, in the right hand, you crossed your thumb under 3. Or you crossed 3 over your thumb on the way down. Left hand, 3 over thumb on the way up, thumb under 3 on the way down. Same for G. For F, it's a little different. Your left hand does 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like the G and C. Same exact pattern in the left. The change comes in the right. We don't want to put your thumb on black notes in this manner. There's other times to put your thumb on black notes when playing chords and stuff. But right now in the scale form, in order to get my thumb up there, I have to give that big twist to my arm or play way up in the notes. That's not what we want to do. So for the F scale right hand ascending, you cross under your 4th finger. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the way down, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a little bit more of a stretch, but you'll get used to it. One thing you want to watch out for is that your fingers are all about the same volume. You don't want to have the switch or the crossing to be hard and forceful. You want it to be nice and even and flowing and musical. So, take a look at the bass clef sign, or the bass clef line, and the treble clef line, and then the hard part is going to be the bottom of the page. Oh, it says play only with hands separate. Okay, I thought they were going to make you try and do them together. But that's not what they're asking for, so don't worry about it. It says do hands separate. Let's look at 119. You have 2 new things to learn there too. An 8th rest. Look at the very first note. It is a 8th note on C before, it's after the clef sign, after the key signature, which is 1 flat, which means F major, and it's after the time signature, 4/4, and then you have the 8th note, C. That is an incomplete measure. That is technically the and of 4, because it's an 8th note, and for incomplete measures, we count backwards. So the last full beat is 4. But remembering that is a quarter note value, 4. So in order to break that in half, you have to say 4 and. Well, this is an 8th note that comes on that and. So that little symbol in the bass clef, it kind of looks like a 4 or a 7. I think it looks more like a 7 than a 4, but I've heard both ways from people in the past. That is called an 8th rest. Just like a quarter rest, half rest, whole rest. It is an 8th rest that's the same value and length as an 8th note. And there is an accent sign. It looks like greater than or less than, right? The left side is greater than the right side, if you're looking at it mathematically. So the accent sign means to play with special emphasis. That is not to be confused with the staccato marking that we have in measure 3. So if you look, measure 3 and half of measure 4 have staccato markings, and then the half note has an accent marking. Now that means you're going to emphasize that note a little more. You're going to play it a little bit louder, a little bit more oomph behind it, a little bit more presence. But it's not short. It is given the full value. So if they have those accents on quarter notes, staccato quarter note, there's space or breath between each note. An accented quarter note has a little bit more punch to it, but it's not separated. It's kind of like each note is butting up to the next one. So that's how to think about that. You have crescendos in every line. There's a repeat sign. If you look at that very last measure, you have 1, 2 quarter notes and then a dotted quarter note. So that's 1, 2 plus 1.5 beats. So that's only 3.5 beats long, which would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We didn't get and. That and is the very first note, the and of 4. That's what gives us the complete measure by adding the incomplete measure at the beginning to the incomplete measure at the end. All right, pause it, practice it moderately fast, which means not so fast you're stumbling over yourself, but not slowly like the blues stuff in lesson 47. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brown jug. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Let's take a look at the pages. You got 118 and 119. All right.